If I were to ask you what is the biggest skill gap on FIFA 22, what will you answer? The correct answer is, of course, manual defending, and that is everything we will talk about today, guys. The biggest skill gap on FIFA 22 is indeed the manual defending. In order to defend manually, and I will show you what actually I mean by that, you need three key things. Okay, and the first one being the correct controller setting, the second one being right stick switching, and the third one being game awareness, right? Let me show you what I mean by manual defending, guys. As you can see, this game kicks off and now we need to show presence. I am not gonna control one of my CMs and just run back with him. That is not the correct way of defending, right? The correct way of defending is to make your opponent think and trap him. Think, make him think, trap him, make him think, trap him, okay? Now, how do we trap our opponents? We trap our opponents by baiting them. Just like you go to fishing and you give the fish the bait, okay, there is something nice for you, and then you just pull it out of the water. Similarly over here, right? You show intent. As over here you can see with Jorginho, I run out, I pull out intentionally. With then Klaus, I pull out, and then I immediately switch back to Marquinhos and get the ball back, right? And the reason being, you give him the space, you make him think that there is space available, because in attacking, a good player will always look for the space to exploit, and as a good defender you must know that they are looking for the correct space to exploit, and you do not give them, right? So you intentionally give up space knowing that they will get baited and play the pass into that space, and then you switch back. I will show you, right? Here, as you can see here with David Ginola, we run down, cover this pass, but at the same time we knew he will pass inside, so we switch back to Neymar, right? Now over here you will see that I am gonna push up with Alex Telles. Because I push up with Alex Telles, I have now given him space, and I knew for a fact, look, I push up with Alex Telles, now I have given him this space, his R9 has space, and now I know it for a fact that he will look for this space. So what do? I switch back, then I switch back again, and I get the ball back. So I only get the ball back because I gave him this space intentionally. This is called manual defending, right? AI cannot do this for you. If you just rely on the AI, you will always be a normal FIFA player, an average FIFA player. But the best FIFA players, they know how to press their opponent, they know how to show presence on the pitch. You can only do that by manually defending and trapping and baiting them, right? So here with David Ginola, we show him that we are marking his pass into Messi, but at the same time we know that he will pass inside or he will be forced to pass backwards. So what do? We show him that we are now trapping you and you cannot pass inside. So he will be forced to pass back, and that is what ends up happening. Right now I am in control of the game. He is doing what I want him to do, and if your opponent is doing what you want him to do, then you're already ahead of him in the game, right? Here once again with Alex Telles, we push up, we intentionally close him down, so he makes this pass inside to Mbappe, right? He does that and we trap him offside, right? So you constantly and consistently trap your opponent into these things. This is called thinking one step ahead in combination with manual defending, right? You need good right stick switching, you need good game awareness. But remember, this is the biggest skill gap. Even I am still learning it. Even some of the biggest names of FIFA have not perfected it, right? If you ask me who's the master of it, Anders Wehrgein, MS Dosari, a prime F2 text like that. He's not, he's Fnatic text now, but you know what I mean. You will always see that they are very good at this thing, right? This is what separates an average FIFA player from the good FIFA player, and the good FIFA player from the very best FIFA players. This is the skill you need to be learning, right? Look, once again, I keep pushing up, but at the same time I keep falling back because I know that I'm trapping him into the space. Sometimes you will get it wrong. You will not be able to always bait them perfectly, but if you get it wrong, no, it's perfectly fine. It is okay. Go again, make errors, learn from it. Until and unless you fail, you will not learn. With that being said, let me show you the correct controller setting. So the correct controller setting is player relative. When defending, the player you control will act as the center point of reference for any right stick switching. This is the default setting. Rest. I have seen some very good players also use ball relative. When defending, the ball will act as the center point of reference for any right stick switching. Guys, the problem with that is you are not given as much freedom, because when you are using player relative, the player you control will act as the center point compared to the ball. Now you have more freedom, more maneuverability on the pitch. Yes, player relative is hard, but if you learn it, then you will bear fruit, guys. Until next time, it's me, King Sunny out. Watch this video a couple of times, you will learn a lot.